Hey guys, but also I did miss me because when I dropped the video and when I was doing like the promotion and stuff, everybody's like, finally. Like, yeah. Even I did miss me, I could have just said, well, a couple people did, but yeah, I'm back. I'm not gonna post a video every week though because my schedule is very crazy. And sometimes I have school on a Sunday, sometimes I have labs. It's just all over the place. I'm halfway. There's just too much things that happen one time, and I can't catch a beat, can't take a rest. If I sleep, it's because I say at the end of the night I'm just going to bed, but it's not really because it allows me to sleep and take a break and then someday. I just had midterms last week, and then I have another one this week, and then I have another one some other time, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later is my finals. So it's like it just never ends. It never stops, and I don't know what it's been take up on myself. You see, ambition, and go be the death of me. Jesus have His mercy. But anyways, welcome guys. If you're new here, my name's Akeem. I'm a 21-year-old medical student. I go to Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica. And over here, so we just talk about everything under the sun, every single thing. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want me to talk about nothing, just comment it down below. So today I'm gonna talk about the similarities and the differences between me studying in St. Vincent when I was at Trinity and me studying here at home at CSMSJ. So I'm gonna start off with like the similarities first. Both programs are 4 years. I mean, you can take longer if you want to because you can take a break in between to study for USMLE, but it's typically a 4-year program for both Trinity and CSMSJ. Both programs, they have the similar setup as well. Like I would be going to the hospital in first year. Right now, I still do that. There's one day out of the week where I go to do clinicals. So in clinicals, we learn different clinical skills. Last semester, we did history taking, physical examination, and thyroid exams. So we had to learn all the diseases related to the thyroid, and it was actually really fun. This semester we're doing respiratory system and cardiovascular system in clinicals, and that's been fun. We've done like ECG and reading x-rays. We're gonna do breath sounds, heart sounds, all of that. So it's been really fun, and it's a similar setup for Trinity. In the first semester, well, in my first semester of MD, it should have been face to face, but there was COVID, so you had to do it online. But in our first semester, we had to do history. We had to learn the principle of history taking and physical exam, and so they had this online software where we would log in. They would give us an assignment. We log in. We take the online patient's history and their physical, and we could go into diagnosis and all of that, but we didn't have to because we didn't learn that far to make diagnosis as yet. But if you wanted to go further, then you could do that. You would just really get graded on your history taking and the physical exam. And that was fun because I got my A in clinicals last semester, so your girl was very happy. And both of them are like really small schools. Well, Trinity is a bit bigger because they've been more established. They've had a lot more years in the medical school field. So I think, I don't remember, there were probably like 60 to 70 people that started out in my year of MD, and then people took breaks. I took a break. People took breaks. People had to do over term one, or they had some courses that they had to drop and whatever. So I mean, moving further in the program, it's a bit different. For Trinity, it's a bit different. Like you can, okay, how do I say this now? All right, so this is how it goes, right? So say you have, well, I had anatomy, histology, physiology, no, anatomy, biochemistry, embryology, and histology for semester one. A couple small courses on the side, like maybe 1 or 2, right? But those 4 major courses, if I failed one of them, I could do those alongside doing my courses in term 2. So if I failed anatomy 1, I could do, well, I believe I could do anatomy 1 alongside in semester 2. I do anatomy 2, histology 2, embryology 2, physiology, and something else. We didn't do biochemistry. You won't do biochemistry in term 2 because it's just a 1 semester course. And if you fail that, well, at the end of first semester in Trinity, we had an NBME, so which is a national board medical exam. So if you fail that, you have to resit it, and if you fail that, I believe you have to resit the course. I don't really remember how it goes much, but you can't. Biochemistry is not something that you have a part 2 to. In here, you don't have a part 2 to biochemistry, but it comes under a 10 credit course called what's it called again? GPBSI, General Principles of Basic Sciences. So in that we did anatomy, histology, physiology, biochemistry, and embryology, right? And then we were also doing the musculoskeletal system. So this is one of the differences. They have it set up in you just do anatomy, physiology. You just do the courses. You don't do them by systems. But at CSMSJ, you do them system-based. So which is why if you fail GPBSI, you can't do GPBSI in the next semester. You have to wait. Like you can either do a supplemental or a viva after you fail. So a supplemental is like a written paper, and a viva is where you go in front of a panel. So all the deans of the different courses, they will sit and they will ask you questions, and you have to answer the questions, and based on how well you do is either you pass or you fail. But I think the highest grade you can get is a 70% because that's our pass mark, 70. Oh, they both have the same pass mark, 70. So you can either do a viva or a supplemental. If you get through for the supplemental or the viva and you fail, then you have to wait until the program. So GPBSI is a term 1 program. You have to wait until the next year term 1 students come in and you'll do the program with them. You don't get to do GPBSI next semester alongside your term 2 courses. You get to move on and do all your term 2 courses, do your term 3 courses. But you know that at the end of that year, when semester 1 comes for the next year, you'll have to do over GPBSI. I believe if you fail it again, you get kicked out. I don't remember, but yeah. And what else is there? Yeah, it happens for every semester. So say for now, God, do me a big one to make me fail. But if I fail any of my semesters if I fail any of my courses this semester, so I'm doing, what am I even doing? I'm doing respi, cardio, I'm going to do renal, endocrine, the 5 system, and neuro. So if I fail any of those 5, say I fail, God, please don't be a big and make me fail cardio. Say I fail cardio, right? I would have to wait let's say I fail cardio. If I get through, if my grade is a viva grade or a supplemental grade, because there's a grade requirement to do each. So if it's a viva grade or a supplemental grade, I'm gonna pass the viva or the supplemental, right? Then I'd have to wait until next year when I'm in my second year of MD and the term 2 students of that year are doing cardio. I'd resit it with them. Yeah, but you won't just resit the exam when you do these. You have to resit all the tutorials and all the labs, and best believe you have a lot of tutorials, especially. Well, no, for cardio this year I think we only had 2 or 3 tutorials because it was a short lecture. So 2 tutorials and 1 lab, or 2 labs. Each lecture that you do has a lab and a tutorial. So if it's 10 lectures for the course, it's 10 labs and 10 tutorials. But the lecturer can choose whether or not they're giving you the tutorial. So like they can choose that the tutorial time, it's on the table allotted for a tutorial, but they can choose to give you as a lecture. Say probably we missed a class or something, they'll give it as a lecture, or they know that, okay, we actually need to revise and I don't want to grade you guys. then it's a tutorial. But all labs, yeah, all labs are labs. And the labs are actually fun. I didn't have that at Trinity. I don't know if it's because it was online or whatever, so I don't want to put it as a similarity or a difference. It's just something that I didn't have. I didn't have labs and tutorials. We had tutors, so students in terms ahead. I was a tutor. I tutored histology for the term one students who were behind me. So students who were in a semester behind or whatever, they would have a tutor from a student who is already ahead. So you would choose what you would tutor in, and then I think the school would pick you on whatever. So I had applied for histology, and yeah, I tutored them histology. But yeah. So yeah, I didn't have like tutorials and labs. As I said, I don't know if they have it, but I didn't experience that tutorials and labs. I had lectures and quizzes. I don't even remember us having quizzes like that in MD. In pre-med, most definitely. The pre-med was it's like a 4-year university course in 1 year and 4 months. But I did it in 1 year, so I moved a lot of my fourth semester courses and just scattered them in the 3 semesters. So I had like 12 courses doing at once. And the girl was always on the dean's list. I know that's right. So I didn't skip a beat. And then yeah, I didn't have tutorials in pre-med either. But in MD, we have tutorials and labs, and it's actually really good, because if you know that you have to study, right? You know that you have to study for the tutorial, you know that you have to come prepared for the lab, but the tutorials carry like 20% of your overall grade. So you know that, okay, exams are coming up, you want to wait till the night before. Not here. You have to study for every single tutorial, else you're getting out, because not all lecturers are gonna say, okay, let me use your top 3 best grades. I'm going to use every single grade. So if you get 4/100, so say semester 1 kind of stuff, you get for GPBSI, you'd probably have at least 20 tutorials, right? In them the 20 tutorial, they say you get 5/100, you get 240, you get 360, and whatever the maths be, you get like 120 or 140 or something, right? Them not gonna say, oh, she get 5/100, let me use our top 5 best grade. No, maybe them average everything, and whatever you get, that you get. Them not like, I mean, one of my courses this semester, they're using the top best grades, but not last semester. Not every course will do that either. So they'll average every grade. So you have to know that, this really give me 20%. Like labs are 10%, tutorials are 20%, mid-semester is 30%, and the final is 50%. So if you can secure 30% of your grade and say, okay, mid-semester, I'm try to secure 20% out of the 30%, you already have like what? How you think? How the maths not add right now, you know? The labs and tutorials are supposed to add up to the same amount as miss. So probably maybe finals is 40% of your grade. But I remember how it go. I forgot to look back in our rule book. But if you can secure 50% of your grade, you really only need to work for 20%. If you can secure 40%, you only need to work for like 30%. Because the pass mark is 70. I mean, you're not aiming for 70, you aim for 100 and hope you fall to 70. That's really just the reality of this thing. But it's like, it's a lot of work, and it helps, like in labs and tutorials, it helps to keep you on track. So you know that you have to study for mid-semesters or study for finals. You've already been studying for the tutorials, so it don't seem like that much work. All you need to do is like watch a couple of videos or go over your notes and practice questions. You can't study notes and expect to pass. You have to practice, unless it's like embryology, because our embryo lecturer, she puts everything in red on her exam. So once it's in red or it's a clinical correlation, then you know, say that are definitely company exam. You can't practice questions for that course because she make up her own questions. But in other courses, you practice questions till you're weak, or when your eye them a drop out and your head a hurt, you better practice all of them questions, because even if they don't come, the answer will be there. And if the answer now, what you do it in the explanation, so you understand why it's this answer. And then if them give a question regarding an explanation that you saw, you're able to answer it. So I feel like it just helps with the tutorials and the labs. Well, labs tutorials, yeah, definitely. Right, so I was saying that the program here, so another difference is that the program here at CSMSJ is system based. So by system based, I mean that we study based on systems. So in first year, well, the first 2 semesters, first 3 semesters, first year is 3 semesters. But in third semester, we do digestive and a couple other things. But then that's when we get an introduction to pharmacology and pathology and immunology and all of that stuff, right? But in first semester and second semester and a little bit, and yeah, third semester, but it's like 1 or 2 systems in that semester, we'll do systems. So in first semester, alongside GPBSI, we did the musculoskeletal system. How systems work is that you do the general principles of the system. So when we did MSI, you did the anatomy of it, the histology of it, the physiology of it, the embryology of it. We didn't have to do the biochemistry of it because biochemistry is like just biochemistry. You don't have no system like that attached to it. And this semester we're doing neuro, renal, cardio, respiratory, endocrine. So for each system we have to do the anatomy, the physiology, the embryology, all of that of each system. But we get graded based on the system, not based on the course itself, right? In Trinity, you don't do that. And it really helps when you do it system-based because you're able to incorporate everything. So you're learning about the heart, you learn the embryology of the heart and the anatomy of the heart. And you learn why this becomes this and why this functions as this and why it's not that. It just helps to incorporate everything and integrate it. And, it's just, once you understand it systematically, it helps with everything else. Another difference is like the cultural. So, was that right? The cultural barrier. I feel like I miss out the word barrier. The cultural barrier, right? Because, people, let me tell you, when I was at Trinity, 95% of the population was from the mountain of Caucasus, okay? So it's like you don't really have people to relate to like that. It's like for every black person, 40 Caucasians. Let's put it like that. It's probably more, right? And you just didn't have a lot of people to relate to. Of course, my friend Zah was black, and Mahmoud was, well, I don't know. He was Egyptian. Let's just leave it at that, because I do not know his race. He was Egyptian. But I had a couple other friends that were black and white and Indian and all of that. Well, not Indian. Indian isn't a race, bro. Brown? Yeah. So I had people from mixed races, but like relating to lectures, it was very hard because my lecturers were from India, Russia, Germany, all over the place. I probably had like one lecturer that was Jamaican, but she moved there. So one lecturer that was Jamaican and one that was Vincentian that I can remember. But everybody else was from all over the place. Nepal, all over the place. So it's like, I feel like, looking back now, I feel like a part of my personality was a bit watered down to like be able to for them to understand me when I'm speaking, because even though you enunciate and everything, you don't have a accident or nothing. It's a that normal, and you're speaking standard English, bro, and them still can't understand you. And it is the most frustrating thing ever, because you really try be accommodating and you talk standard English so that they can understand what you're saying. And it's like them not even try. So it's like me have to what I felt like my personality and everything was just kind of watered down. But here everybody understand, everybody come from here. Who isn't from here was in Cuba and them study here and whatever. Oh, that's another thing too. Like my program, you can practice your what is in them name again? Your rotations in like different countries. So it's not just US, Canada, or have to be US or anything. You can choose the US, I'm not. I'm choosing Cuba. But yeah, you have to do 1 year of rotations here. That's a must. 1 year here in JA and 1 year anywhere of your choosing. You can choose JA, can choose Cuba, US, Canada. I believe they're working on the UK and I think either Scotland or somewhere, but another country that they're working on getting rotations for. But yeah, so I'm choosing to spend my year in Cuba because I love Spanish. It's like probably my top course last semester, and probably this semester it will be my top course as well. It's the easiest A to get, bro. I guess because I love it, but it's the easiest A for me to get. And yeah, I like foreign languages, so yeah. And also my program is less expensive than Trinity. Let me tell you, sir, Trinity program hefty. The money hefty. It was not like it was a lot. Here it's way less expensive. My tuition is what 7K for the semester, and it's 3 years. That's like 21K, apart from boarding and I think the miscellaneous fee come in at the tuition and everything. But yeah, it's like 21K for the semester. When I was at Trinity, it was probably like 40 something for the year. Not for the semester, 21K for the year. When I was at Trinity, it was probably like 40 something for the year. So yeah, it is cheaper to be here. But I really love it here. It's easier for me to relate to my lecturers. It's easier for me to talk to them. Easier for me to talk to my peers and whatever because everybody's from here. But it's a really small school, and when I found out about it, I didn't rule them out because it's a small school, because every school started small and every school had to start from somewhere, and the program is absolutely amazing. You have the best schools in JA right now that started on a veranda, that started in a kitchen, that started outside, like didn't have any big building and everything fancy schmancy. So it's really just you have to want it, because the lecturers, they will do everything in their power to let you pass, but you have to work for the pass. You have to participate and just show them that you want this and you're hungry for this and you're interested in this. Like this are for you, this are your life goal. You have to show them, say this are the thing where you want to do. And if you show them that, then life just become easier for you, because on top of working hard, them I make sure say you go on. So it's really just you have to work for it, put in the work, put in the hours. And it's a lot of hours. You'll miss out on a lot. Your friend have one birthday dinner and you have exam the next day, and you say, bro, I have not studied enough. And if I go to dinner and come back home, I go too tired to study. I can't tough it out because I'm going to exam. I go too tired. I'm probably drop asleep in the exam, or when exam done, I have one migraine. I'm have one class out. Like during our exams, you have classes, you have labs, you have tutorials, just the same. So you have to manage your time wisely and everything. It's a lot, and you have to really want it. Once you want it, and once you're hungry for it, and you really just do what you're supposed to do, everything goes. So yeah, guys, that's the similarities and differences between me. I mean, living in SVG and JA, of course, SVG was much safer. Like, would I take one van in a SVG and just go by myself, go somewhere for eat, or go to the beach or something by myself. Here, would I never left my yard. I do not. Nah, it's not the safest. Jamaica just do safe, dog. It's not, you can't even euphemize it or not. It just do safe. SVG was much safer for me. I was more comfortable living there, but school-wise, I'm definitely more comfortable here than anywhere else. I am very happy for the experience though that I have in St. Vincent. Probably if I wasn't there, I would not have met the friends I did, especially Zah and Mahmoud. Had I been here, I probably wouldn't meet them, or maybe I would have meet them. I just have this feeling that we were just destined to be friends. So maybe we would have meet them in a later on in our life. But I'm happy I met them when I met them, and I'm very happy for all the people that I met and the experience that I had. Living in another country and everything. It was great. It was really really nice for me. But yeah, I'm gonna choose CSMSJ over anything, bro. That's just my pick. I mean, if you have any more questions, you can ask me. Can DM me on Instagram, and I'll definitely answer. People do it all the time. I'll definitely answer you. So it's not even a big deal to me. You're never interrupting my day. You're never a bother. If you ask me a question, you don't even have to worry about being a bother, bro. I'ma answer you. I'm a I'm a nice person. So you don't have to worry about any questions you have at all. You can ask me. I'll definitely answer. I probably won't answer you right away because I do have my phone on do not disturb a lot. Come on, like be disturbed. But I'll definitely get back to you when I can. It won't take long. It probably won't even take more than a day. So yeah, I'll get back to you. And you can, if you want me to talk on anything else, you can just comment it down below, or you can DM me on Instagram and I'll speak about it here. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next 2 weeks. I'm out.